Hello world of the internet, Simon Miller here, finally getting my ass back to doing some album reactions. Now if you don't know, this all started over on a little channel called Rock Reacts. You can check it out now in case you're wondering why am I reacting to old stuff by J. Cole, and it's nice and simple. I've heard new stuff by J. Cole, I've heard a sprinkling of his stuff, but now I want to go back, I want to start the journey, see where he began, and just see how he evolves throughout the years. If you are here, please do subscribe to the channel. That would absolutely rock. That's how these things grow. You know how it works. And like video, share the video. Just realized I haven't got any of the details ready because I moved stuff around before we started. I'm going to do it off my phone, as I always do. But obviously, I need a track listing. Otherwise, I don't know what the hell is going on. So yeah, I just want to go through it. I want to hear it. Again, hopefully I can hear the differences between, this is 2014, I believe, this album, and everything that's going on in 2019. We'll go through them all, go all the way up to KOD, and we'll take it from there. But let's keep it nice and simple. Let's start with I Really Mean It, which is a freestyle. Interesting about this album, and again, you already know this, just my dumbness. The first three tracks are all freestyles. I don't know if that's the top of the head freestyle. I know there's another kind of freestyle where you have stuff in your head and you can just recite it as and when. Both amazing as far as I'm concerned. But I'm going to be intrigued by it. Let's do it. I really mean it.
They say I'm the down south Nas, the East Coast Pop, the Carolina Andre, the Vietnam Kanye. So join it, can't beat it. To order some lines you can snort. Food for thought, here's a fork. No pork, damn it, keep it pure, organic. What's the score, Lord?
I mean, it's instantly listenable. I mean, the way he raps. And again, you can tell that he's evolved and he's progressed throughout the years. But he's just, again, so easy to listen to. And some of the cool lines, excuse me, he's mentioning Kanye West. He mentioned Reese's, all those kind of things. And I just don't know how anyone could turn this on, especially with the beat, the beats fire, the beats flames, and not get into it. Like, he tells a story. There's always some depth there. You get to know little things about him, which I also think is cool. I would love to hear from someone that doesn't like J. Cole and try and figure out why. Maybe I over-egg him too much as I'm getting into all of this. But I'd love to hear the flip side argument. Because again, it's just, everything about it is just, it's fun, it's deep, it's interesting, it's entertaining. And that's all I ask for when it comes to music. This song, it's got that up-tempo vibe. It kind of gets you that way. And I know there was that whole thing with Nas. And I know we'll get to that song eventually. And I don't know, when this came out, what the pop scene was like. I can't remember. But I know he's looking for an accessible hit. Straight away, I don't see why this couldn't be it. Maybe I'm being a buffoon.
Come a bunt, leave you leaking to the plumber come. Still we ain't running from no man. Look, bitch, I'm hot enough to melt a snowman. Hey, you looking at the class clown slash valedictorian slash hooping nigga best dressed.
I love that. I love that. He mentioned being a class clown and a valedictorian. And I think that's, again, it's really powerful stuff because they're not mutually exclusive. You can have fun and have a laugh and enjoy yourself while also going on to do great things and be really smart. Like, everything I heard about J. Cole, I think he really understands that it's important to put a positive message out there and kind of give people faith and give people hope, I guess is a great way to put it. And again, it's such a cool way to put it. Right down in school. And I don't know if he's being literal or not, but I like to take it that way. He could muck around, he could tell jokes, but when he had to knuckle down, he knuckled down. There's nothing wrong with that.
Man, I'm dormant. That means I'm on the low. That means I'm on your hoe. That means I'm about this dough, nigga. I'm coming up. Nigga, no. I'm coming through. I got the sicker flow. I hit the motherfucking niggas with that nigga low, that drunk.
There you go. And he fades out. You never hear fade outs in music anymore. Actually, it's more common in hip hop. You don't hear it in metal. I'm in a metal band, and we used to fade a lot of our songs out just because I quite liked it. I remember we read a review and a guy was like, oh, they fade out their songs too much. I was like, all right, bro. But again, 2014, first track on that album. I know I've said it before. I don't know how anyone can hear that and not go, I think we're onto something here, guys. And we should jump something in. And I'm fascinated to see what he does on Knock on Wood and Shook Ones. Again, both got brackets freestyle in there. I assume when we get to track 4, Premeditated Murder, it's going to be more of a complete song. I don't know. Let's just do it. Let's do Knock on Wood.
And on the count of 3, baby girl. Cold, 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 cold. And I'm cold, 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 cold. Hey, and on the count of 3. And burn just imagine how that feel. Ill, fantastic. So gone with the tide. I'm here for the season. God pleased it. Now them lows, those is what I know teasing. I with the bounce a lot. Even them hating niggas like nigga couldn't even watch the All-Star game. Had to do the whole ballot.
I tell you, the way he sells himself and the way he's always telling a story, like he carves away and he gets inside your brain a little bit to the point when you're listening to stuff down the line, you feel like he's rewarding you. Like, he's just always revealing bits and pieces about himself. It's the stupidest thing I'll ever say, but it reminds me of a sitcom like Seinfeld. Like, you could go watch Seinfeld at like season 5, episode 3, and you could still enjoy it, but you get more if you'd invested beforehand. Like, if it gave you something, and that's what I think J. Cole does. And I think you can take the things he's saying here and apply it to future songs. Go, oh, he's calling back to that. He's talking about that. He's grown from that. He's evolved. I just love his narrative. I love the way he tells stories. I love his messaging. You can tell I'm a bit of a fanboy, even though I never heard this. I can be a fanboy. I've heard like 8 songs by J. Cole. But he just gets me right there. He just hits me.
And yeah, I'm coming for the top like I should, y'all. And bitch, I never fall off. Knock on wood, y'all. Cold.
There it is again. There's a fade out. Nice, short and sweet as well. It's only a couple of minutes long. I don't know whether the fact that it fades out and then you kind of get another one smashing right in, they're meant to tie together. You'd assume so. Because again, freestyles written in brackets in each one. And again, I don't know whether that's a crazy thing to do on your... I'm considering this his debut album. I'm sure he had other stuff before. But is it ballsy to come out with 3 freestyles? It reminds me of what Metallica did. On Metallica's debut album, they had a bass solo on it. And it was like, what are you doing? You're nuts. But they knew deep down, they knew what they had. And they wanted to, they wanted to circumvent what people expected. And they did it. And I don't know whether he's done that here. I mean, they're only short and sweet again, but they're listenable and they're interesting and he's got something to say. Let's just go into the next one, Shook Ones. And then, yeah, we'll hit track 4 and maybe things change up.
Yeah. Yeah, look how I came up, I aim up, say what? Niggas ask me what the feel be like. Just tell them that it's real, hoping that they feel me right. I'm so bright, I close my eyes and I can first. But he don't know the shit I've been through and it hurts. Can't wait to blow. Yeah, think about heaven sometimes, can't wait to go. If it's real, will I even get in? I ain't for sure, cause I've been sinning.
And look, he does it again. He does it again in 3 lines. In 3 bars, he's told me little pieces about himself. Told me about his religion. Told him about maybe some of the doubts he has. And also, I think, pretty straight up, whether or not he believes he's lived a good enough life and what that will mean in the afterlife. And to be able to do that so effortlessly and allow me to take that on board and be so open, like probably rip yourself up and go, here I am. Not everybody wants to talk about that stuff. It does. It makes you like him more and it makes you warm to him more as well because I'm getting to know this guy. And I'd love to know what people thought this about in 2014 with the whole freestyles and what he's saying. Maybe because I don't know other ones, it's not as cool as I think it is. But it's cool to me, and I can only react with my own experiences, obviously.
Since I've been up in a church, only time is when my friend up in a hearse. Lord, I'm praying for my mama, I just went up in a purse. Not to steal, all I saw was some big to Queens. I ain't no dummy, a Vietnam rapper to the damn gone. Nigga, get your weight up, all the way up if you're hating on me. And when you get the hell, you say you don't know me.
Let's just keep it going. I just want to keep it going. Let's go straight into premeditated murder. I just want to know how different it's going to be. I'm kind of vibing on it right now, so I don't want to stop. Let's roll it on.
Yeah, hey. Becoming someone you don't recognize, as if I was disguised. I'm on that shit as if I was the flies. I'm touching skies out and went to heaven like a passenger on 9/11. Please go find a reverend. She yellow, and even white women want a nigga. Othello.
He just doesn't hold back. Like there was stuff in there about 9/11, how he didn't want to change, if he did get rich and famous, and now maybe he's not so sure if that has happened. And also that, he's wonderfully tied with that beat. It's like it's melancholic, but there's a sadness to it too, but there's an edge. It kind of takes you on, like maybe it kind of pulls at you a little bit, especially with the stuff that he's singing. And he just, again, I think my big thing with J. Cole, and I'm going to repeat myself with this, he just does not hold back. Very honest, very raw. And this is even more raw because obviously being an early album, it doesn't have the production of some of his later stuff. And it almost feels like this is him coming to terms with his fame, maybe, or the success, but also being really proud of it. And I guess you would have that push and pull, because it must be amazing to achieve your dreams, but to accept it and maybe a little bit of why me, even though I think I'm really good, it's like a craziness in your head. I can kind of see now as well, this does feel like more of a sort of planned song with maybe a bit more production put into it as compared to the freestyles. But it also makes me go, no wonder he's as big as he is. If you can come, I know the second album is always important because it doesn't matter how much you smash it with the first or whatever this is. You've always got to follow it up. But I know that he does do that. So I'm not surprised he created the waves, or at least the waves that I feel like that he did do.
Creeping out your house, she'll kill me. Is it worth it for what's under that blouse? My heart will turn pitch black and cold. Yeah, remember back when I was broke, you would fix me. Do you prefer to broke me? Or no, it can't get no better for me. No, it can't get no better for me.
I can't quite figure out what side of the fence he's falling on, because obviously he's talking about how he used to be broke, and this girl would pay for everything, And now that's all on him. It's gone from Happy Meals or whatever, value meals, to big restaurants. And I don't know whether he's upset with her or maybe he's upset with himself because, again, he feels like he's lost sight of who he was. But I think maybe that's the point, and that we've got to try and dive into it more. And again, I don't know whether he does feel guilty for his success, because it is something I've talked about in other videos of my channel. I do a lot of vlogs about mental health, anxiety, and all those kind of things. And the brain doesn't know you're rich and successful. It does on a conscious level, but it doesn't on a subconscious level. You'll stop worrying about things like money, but that doesn't block out everything else. And I don't know whether that ties into this as he adjusts. Maybe I'm going way too much into this, but I mean, it's called premeditated murder, so... But, as he adjusts to this new lifestyle that he's got, but also the one that he was going after, he doesn't want to push people away that were there for him before he blew up. Maybe that's why it's called the blow up, right? And that is just really, really deep. And I don't always need that in my hip hop. Like, I'm a big 6ix9ine fan. Not of the person, but I like his music. But it doesn't hit me the way this does. And I don't feel like I can, swim through it like I can with someone like J. Cole. And I think that J. Cole is the best at it, too. Or at least one of the best. I have to hear more. But I think that's why I like it as much as I do.
Can't keep running away. I can't keep running away. I swear hard on them people that was counting on me. Boy, won't you climb down the mountain for me, hey.
I've got to talk about that beat again. That beat is... I'm never any good with samples. I can never figure it out, but it matches the words perfectly. It just makes me enjoy it even more. It's lovely to listen to. You got everything over the top. Let's just smash right into the last stretch.
Hot fire like dialogue. Bitches get they dialogue. Fake niggas get diatones.
I know that noise in the sample, and it just came to me as soon as I smashed pause. It's from a Kanye West track. I can't remember what Kanye West track it's from, but I know that I love it, so you think I should know it. And he's mentioned Kanye West once before. I don't know whether he did it first. I don't know my timelines. Maybe I've gone completely crazy. But that makes me more interested. Well, there's so much to this. It's layered. It's like an onion.
I drill just some routine shit, just to shoot fiends with and hold them off a little longer. It was just a sound bite. Damn right. Believe I put it down right, and I'll be sure to tell you.
I'm gonna guess the warm up is his mixtape or whatever came before this. I don't know for sure. And now obviously we've got the blow up, and he's saying like we've done that. We've laid the foundations, and now we're not stopping. We're just gonna go up and up and up, and we're gonna keep proving to you that nothing I'm doing is a fluke, and, I've got something here, which he does. And I think it's cool to say stuff like that, because I think a lot of the best rappers do have a certain arrogance, but like a self-aware arrogance about them. It's like Ronaldo, the football player, right? He goes says, I'm the best. He goes out there and arguably is the best. The argument goes on between him and Messi. But you can say those words, and if you go out there and everyone goes, well, yeah, you kind of negate any criticism that may come your way, because maybe it's not arrogance and you're just telling the truth.
Call him Zorro, I let you sleep today, but it's on tomorrow. Derry, what? Cold world, nigga.
In the morning. Keep it rolling.
Like, I was just trying to see, you know what I'm saying, what you was doing after this.
Baby, you summertime fine. I'll let you get on time, can tell. But well, I'm wondering what type of shit you want it. The shoot, it's only fitting cause I'm looking super fly with you.
How did he do it? In 3 lines. He doesn't mind if this chick smokes weed, or this girl he's going after. He used to smoke weed, but he's given it up. But he may do it again for her, because you're kind of in that new relationship vibe where you think, I'll do things maybe I wouldn't do otherwise to impress this other person. So easy.
But see, I planned a trip, and yeah, we both coming. Just tell me how you want it. You knew just what this was when you met me. So let your guard down, girl. I take your bra. You're leaking while we freaking. Ain't no speaking, but you're moaning. You're so fine. I get
a love song or a sex song, whatever you want to call it. And he just again, he does it so effortlessly. He's telling us what he's gonna do, what he thinks that she's gonna do, or what she will actually do. He kind of ties up all these feelings he's having in one, and it's almost simple. And it's one of those things you think, well, why can't I write that? Because nothing like. It does blow your brain, but you kind of feel like it's not too out there, and yet you couldn't, because you don't have that thing inside of you. J. Cole has a way of not only making it really awesome, but it doesn't scare you off, and it doesn't make you go, oh, what does that mean? I mean, there's always more to it. Again, it's always layered. I get that with J. Cole, but on the surface, it's just never off-putting, and I love that. He's also, I think he's the master of picking good beats. Again, I don't know, there are samples, he's making them up himself, they're produced, but sometimes I can hear a beat in hip-hop, and it repeats itself a bit much. By the end of the song, I'm like, I'm done with that now. Never feel that way with J. Cole, ever. I just love it. Love it constant. That helps me, like the song even more.
You know the fight and wrestling, biting pillars. Do you want it in the dark or while the lights are still on? If you're nervous and you're hesitant, just let it go. See, baby, lately seems my life been hit, and I ain't stopping, baby, even if the light is red. Your body right as rain, so where that hydroplane?
I don't know how I feel about that line. What was it? I'm going to go even if the light is red. You may want to think that one, J. Cole. But other than that, I do like the way he's conveying all the feelings you kind of go through when you do meet a girl. Like, it's a combination of, or a guy or whoever, whatever is your thing. But it's, it's a combination of fear, but excitement and apprehension and hoping stuff's going to happen, but maybe it won't. And you kind of envision it. But, again, apart from that one bit, which is a bit, I hope I've misread that. I don't think I have, but hopefully I have. It's just, again, it's just an interesting way to wrap up feelings we've all had, bar that one, and put it out there.
The sun rising while you're moaning. Can I hit it in the morning?
That kind of sums it up, right? You're going to hit it in the morning. Because if you hit it in the morning, it means you also hit it in the evening. And it must have gone very well. Let's go on to Skyboy.
Star. I don't know, but the future star DJs have taken over the...
Hey. Ain't gotta clean my sneakers no more. A closet full of polo, a pocket full of...
I know I pick up on the weirdest things, but I ain't got to clean my sneakers no more. I guess, because back in the day, he only had one pair, got to take care of them, but now he's rich and successful, he can just buy a new pair if he wants. And that brings up so many... It conjures a story. It conjures a narrative of where he was and where he is. Just, again, that's the stuff I love the most. The simple lines that build and build and build in your brain.
Oh, hating ass niggas, dog. It's all good. Sex getting killed, niggas caps getting peeled. For that cash, nigga, the girl turned over like a bad pass. She know I rap, so I ain't even have to bag that. Cash that.
What kind of switch up was that? Someone please tell me what sample this is. That was like metal stuff. When tech metal bands go, we don't 4/4, now we go 3/4, now we go 3/3, now we go 12/9. I don't know hip hop people did that. I love that. I wasn't bored, but if I was, all of a sudden you get me back. I was like, whoa, where did that come from?
I'ma show y'all how to cake. I can tell your product's fake. I understand you think you fly, but the point blank range ain't got to aim. Yeah, you see some players shooting, but the shit is not a niggas on thin ice. Woo!
I mean, the endings are really weird as well. I don't know if that's just common for this genre, and I'm getting it wrong. But it kind of just end and then smash. We're into something else, and to me, it's different. You may be listening, going, "Nah, man, loads of people do that," which is cool. Again, I'm teaching myself now, but I know as someone that likes to go through the music that I like it when, again, I've just talked about this, but I like it when people don't feel like they have to be pigeonholed or boxed in. And if you want to do crazy stuff, just do it. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. So far, I think this is absolutely working. And there's just something overall that I get from J. Cole. This has just cemented that I don't get from anybody else. I think a lot of people get it from Kendrick, and I get that, but maybe I'm building up to Kendrick. Maybe he's another level in terms of, brain craziness. But I get Jay feels more accessible to me, and maybe I just prefer that. Maybe that's just my level when it comes to this kind of thing. Right, we just keep it going. Roll on.
Hold on. How about you? Yeah. Who a boy gon' break? Only so much he can take. See, I traveled out of state and I ain't know what's up. Fresher than a day old newborn. Bitches blowing kisses, that's some same hoes that you want.
Now he's just flexing. I'm the best. Everybody wants to be me. Nobody can touch me. The women want me. He just thrown it out there from nowhere in a song called Serenade, of all things. Hit the mic.
Feeling good. Nigga, I'm feeling good. Yeah.
Just want to reiterate as well, there's not one sample I've heard so far that I haven't loved. And the fact that one's called Serenade, and it was just sort of light, airy, easy to listen to, like you're walking down a beach on Sunday morning. And that really does help me. It really does. Again, I'm repeating myself as I do. But when I'm enjoying the background stuff as much, I can kind of just let that play and start listening to the flow and start listening to the words a bit better. Sometimes I feel like if I don't like it, it gets in the way a little bit. But he just picks or maybe produces... It's just brilliant, and it ties into the music so well. I love visualizing a title and then hearing it and it kind of adding up. Let's just do it. Let's keep going. Let's do Unabomber. I'm getting the J. Cole pump.
Fucking broadcast, and I'm here. It's happening fast. Yeah. The hour ain't judging, no, to each his own. You pay your bills and raise your kids inside of these. Told this nigga they was lying, dog. They ain't mine.
I think I've said this, but I just think he's always got a good message. I know this one's being delivered a bit more aggression. I don't think he'd actually deliver it this aggressive now. Like, he had that thing with, one of the littles. I get confused, there's so many of them. But he didn't go after him at his song aggressively. He just went and talked to him as far as I'm aware. And I think, again, it's a really pure and positive thing to throw out. I mean, here he's just saying, take care of yourself, live a good life. And if you don't, screw you. If you're just going to be dragged down by stuff and you're going to do bad things, I don't want anything to do with you. And, he kind of hinted at, I hope bad things happen to you, which I can kind of get, but I think he would deliver that better now. I do think that's really important, especially now, J. Cole's got such a level. I think having that, again, positive message just going to help so many people, because people will look up to him. Being a role model is an interesting thing. You don't really choose to be a role model, and you don't really have to take on the responsibility of it if you don't want. But if you do, I think you can really give something back, and I think J. Cole does that. And again, a young kid or whoever may be struggling, trying to find themselves, they can hear a J. Cole track, even on here, even though it's not maybe as well put as some of the other ones. I still think it's going to mean a lot to a lot of people. Genuinely can't believe this is his first whatever. I mean, again, I'm listening to it on Apple Music. It's the first one that they've got on here, which is where I wanted to start. But either way, it's got to be early. It was 5 years ago. And to have this level at that stage, mind-blowing.
My name, dog, welcome to fame. I pray to God we can change. But even if you don't, most niggas look at you strange. But
kind of sound like a video game, but I love that little piano. Again, I think it's a little piano or a xylophone or something like that. Really drags me in. And he's just talking about, he wants people to change. He wants people to get better. He wants to make sure he keeps getting better. J. Cole, he's just ridiculous. Let's just do higher.
you might not be the one, but you the one that I desire. Come here, I'm about to take you higher. We about to set this bitch on fire. The nice days, what about your life savings? Won't spend a life slaving. So she graduated rich nigga.
That's good. You may not be the one, but you're the one that I desire, right? It sums up relationship perfectly. My nan used to say, relationships like ships passing in the night. So you go like this, right? And you get there, and that's where you're together, but eventually you drift away, like ships passing in the night. You want it to stay there, but it doesn't always. So you can desire someone, but as it turns out, they're not the one. J. Cole summed it up in one line. Preposterous.
You must got ESP then. Had a crush from way back. I wasn't VIP then, but I'm the one that I desire.
I wanted that to roll on to see if there's any connection there, but there's not. Someone explain that to me. I love it. I love the fact he's doing it, but I didn't know that was a thing. I would have embraced that. I would have embraced that ages ago. It's just crazy. Also, I know, again, all the stuff with Nas. I think it's called Work It Out or whatever it was called. I don't get how these songs didn't have the accessibility or whatever he was talking to. They're just good songs. I get it. It's 5 years ago. Maybe the world is different. I can't even remember now. I can't remember what I did yesterday. But yeah, let's just finish it off. One more to go. We on. I'm pumped.
Cold word. My eyes closed, I'm something like a visionary. Paint you a perfect picture, and this is Pictionary. Man, they gon' have.
You can definitely hear that in later albums that I have heard briefly that the production gets better. That makes more sense, right? The more successful you are, the more money you'll get, and the better you can do your productions. But I kind of like the rawness, especially because now in context where he goes. I think it just. Yeah, I think the fact is the edginess of it almost matches who he is at the time and the message he is putting out there. And so when you throw it all together, you wouldn't want it. If he redid these, you'd probably be like, nah, it's not as good. It just doesn't work.
Chip on my shoulder like I just left the casino. Again, I've been broke, so don't hate me because you don't see no dope. Hip-hop was like Santa Claus because nobody believed no more. And then it's
got mad guitar in it. I tried to find what sample it was, but I couldn't because again, I'm rubbish at that. But now it is like metal rock meets J. Cole and hip hop. Someone tell me if I don't know, but that's good. It's really melodic, awesome, well played bluesy guitar, and that's my this is stupid.
Hey, we on, man, we on.
What the transition of all time. Now you got guitar, you got piano. You're hitting my heart, you're hitting my emotions. If I had another thumb, I'd give it to him. That last track was awesome. That could have been my favourite one. I mean, you're combining elements of rock, you're combining elements of hip-hop, you've got the piano, you've got all the melodic stuff. I can't quite figure out where this does fall in the J. Cole cycles. That's where you got to let me know in the comments. Fill me in. Let me know what the deal is. But yeah, genuinely it's just great. It was just great. It's what I wanted to be. We'll go through everything else, which is, have I got more here? Yeah, the side line or whatever it's called. Born Sinner, Forest Hills Drives, For Your Is Only, Cod KOD. We'll go through it all. I want to cover it. That's the whole reason to do this, so we can see how he evolves properly throughout his albums. I like to treat an album like a book. You go from track 1 to track 10, 11, 12. and see what he's doing. That was fantastic. It really was. J. Cole, man, you're the best. Please do like the video, share the video, comment, YouTube, subscribe to the channel, massive one. Please do subscribe. And yeah, again, thank you for joining me here on this journey. I'm sorry the video has to be cut up so much. I had to re-record some bits because of stupid YouTube. But I'm glad I could do that. And if I'm going to do it, hell man, I may as well do it on camera. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you soon.